So, obviously the Oscar slap, he slapped Chris Rock this year because Chris Rock friggin' made him look like a fool. Or he didn't even make him look like a fool. He made fun of his wife.
Yeah, he made like the easiest joke.
Constantly makes, who's his own wife makes him look like a fool constantly.
Yes.
But I see all these people that are like, Will Smith. Yeah, it's weird. It's the opposite of what I usually see. The people that are like, cancel culture doesn't exist. Oh, Louis C.K. he's still doing shows or fucking whatever. But then they're like, Will Smith apologizes and owns it and handles the situation better than anyone. And he has to come out and grovel. And it's like, you built the world like this where you have to grovel and beg. Because, I mean, his movie's still coming out. I mean, I knew it was still going to come out. If anything, it's weirdly good for it.
Yeah.
Because... that's why we're talking about it. You think we'd give a fuck about an Apple TV Plus movie coming out right now?
I'm excited for the Apple TV Plus movie about slavery. I don't know about you.
Yeah, exactly. But I didn't watch this yet, but this is him addressing the slap on The Daily Show.
Man, what bad timing to do your apology when nobody gives a shit.
This poor guy has had everything taken away from him after the slap. Heard around the world.
Jim, can you do me a favor and name, I don't know, one thing that's been taken away from him?
Thing. It's not even like it's been a year or something.
Yeah,
it's like
he's going to be at the Oscars.
Yeah.
One of my favorite people that I've ever seen inhabit a screen.
Oh, wow. I didn't know that's what Trevor Noah sounded like. He has an
Oscars.
accent?
Yeah. South Africa.
Oh, yeah, South Africa.
Whoa, what?
In one night,
I have no independent recollection of the.
I can only imagine because you won your first Oscar that night, a well-deserved Oscar that night. But it is simultaneously, in many ways, not the worst. I won't say the worst because I know the life you've lived. I've read the book. But it is one of the best days of your life and one of the worst days of your life. And I'd love to know. I mean, just, us talking.
I mean, are we acting like Will Smith had a really hard life?
Yeah.
Like, I'm not saying, I mean, I'm sure he's had trials and tribulations, but he's like, I've read your book. I know what you've been through. Oh, the dude's been he's been a rapper, like, on MTV since he was like, 17 or something like that?
Jim, you're underselling how shitty his children and wife are.
That's true. Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's true. Not the worst thing that ever happened to you, like marrying Jada.
Your wife had sex with a gay guy.
Oh, yeah. He came out as gay, right?
Yeah.
Or bi or queer?
Wait,
I saw the guy that Jada
August Alsina?
Tupac?
Alsina?
What has the journey been like since that day? Like, because everyone speculates. Everyone just sees it and goes, I think this, I think that, I think this, I think that. What has it been like for you?
Yeah, that was a horrific night, as you can imagine.
As nobody can relate to.
There's many.
Well, did you hear the way he said that? He said that like he thought the audience and Trevor Noah were going to chuckle.
Yes.
And he kind of even waited a beat, waiting for it. He's like, guess I'm not getting any of this.
This is,
But at the end of the day, I lost it, and I guess what I would say, you just never know what somebody's going through. In the audience right now, you're sitting next to.
This is what you say about someone else.
Yeah.
Yeah,
like when
not
someone,
yourself.
This is someone else should be saying this about you. This is not what you say about yourself.
When you work at an office and someone's like, kind of that guy that's sort of like frustrated and annoyed. You go, hey man, you just don't realize it. Like he could be going through all sorts of things. You don't go on Trevor Noah and be like, wow, you just don't know what I'm going through, y'all.
Yeah, well, you don't understand what it's like being me.
Strangers, and somebody's mother died last week, somebody's child is sick.
He kind of said that like you wanted to laugh as well. What is his tone?
He's not human.
Yeah, he really isn't.
He does not relate.
Somebody just lost their job. Somebody just found out their spouse cheated.
Somebody just realized they're sitting in the audience of Trevor Noah.
They're strangers, and you just don't know what's going on with people, And I was going through something that night.
I mean, of course, everyone knows what I was going through because we publicly blasted it everywhere.
Justifies my behavior at all. I would just say, you're asking what did I learn,
What was he going through?
Nothing.
His wife cheating on him.
But that was before. That was like way before at that point.
He was going through nothing.
Like I get. I mean, I guess if that's what he means, though, like turmoil. But also, it was like the long-standing rumors is that they've been in like an open relationship.
Well, also he won an Academy Award that night.
Yes.
Like later that night, he won an Academy Award.
And it's that we just got to be nice to each other, man. You know, it's like
People got to be nice to me.
And
it's
I guess
hard.
the thing that was most painful for me is I took my hard and made it hard for other people. You know, and it's like I understood the idea where they say hurt people hurt people.
Yeah.
You know, and it's like.
You know, when they say like realize, you know, it just makes so much sense.
Is there something wrong with this idiot that he can't just say like, nah, my temper got the best of me. That's not me. And, you know, I don't want to be like, I mean, even like he doesn't even have to go so far as to say like, I don't want to be defined by like one of my worst moments. Yeah. But you know, hey, he always, anytime we've checked in with this fucking guy and he talks about it, it's just this like fucking weird pity party / like I kind of was right. Like there's an underpinning of like of course I did what I did.
That's 100% it. He keeps saying like, oh, I was right, but I am sorry I did it.
Which I guess is fine, but then at that point just say it. Like stop dancing around it. Like just say, hey, you know, I don't take kind of that shit. You insulted my wife one too many times to push me over the edge. And I fucking slapped you. And what are you going to do about it?
Yeah.
Meet me in the Terror Dome.
Here I am, hat in hand, saying I was having a hard time. And that's why I hit that guy. Ladies and gentlemen of the court, who among us hasn't struck a comedian at the Academy Awards after winning an Academy Awards doing a racist accent that the guy didn't have?
Oh, yeah. Didn't he do an accent?
He has like a, oh, lordy, lordy. And then the guy's just like, hi, I'm Serena Williams' dad.
Hi, nice to meet you. Oh, it's a pleasure
you got to play the tennis.
I remember, again, everybody was speculating.
Does your vape just say the word weed on it?
You pointed that out to me earlier.
I bought this. I was like, this would be the worst thing to be pulled over because it is just a nicotine vape that I bought, and then it's weed brand nicotine vape, which is a horrible idea. Maybe like this one was cheaper than the other ones. That's great. Yeah, shout out to weed brand, non-CBD, non-medicinal marijuana, nicotine Chinese vapes.
We're talking, everyone's got these opinions, and then someone said, I feel like we saw the real Will Smith in that moment, because there's a guy who's so full of love and so positive, but I feel like in that moment we saw the real Will Smith.
A rageful,
and I said, and not because I know you, you know, but I said, honestly, I said, no, if anything, I feel like it was the opposite. Like, you know, you talk in your book about growing up so afraid of conflict. You grow up in your book talking about how you were always afraid to fight with, how you were afraid to... For me, it felt like in watching that moment, I felt like you were like, it's like in a weird way, it's like
I felt like you were like little baby, like little
time.
pussy baby.
Do you know what I'm saying? It felt like you'd taken everything, because here we are, you know, human to human, man to man, but like,
yes, I'm human.
people have said some shitty things about you and your family.
From this planet.
You know, you're a human being. It felt like, and I would say this to people, I was like, it's becoming relentlessly shitty now. And people.
Why are we attacking people for the things they say? We got to look at the people.
Exactly. What a loser Trevor Noah is. As a guy who's supposed to be like a stand-up comedian, to sit there and be like, yeah, he's saying shitty things though. Like, how much can someone take?
Yeah. Well, he looks like he's like a little dick-sucking sycophant right here. Just like, oh, you poor guy. Oh, man to man, I love you.
And it's like it's old hat at this point, but it's the cancel culture. They just don't let it apply to them in any way.
It's this selective, like, well, you know, now let's think about it from someone's point of view.
Think about the human inside of Will Smith when he attacked that guy.
How about before we jump to conclusions, we sit down, read Will Smith's book, watch all of his movies and interviews, then we come to a conclusion on why he did what he did.
You know what? I finished his book yesterday, and I think it's okay that he assaulted that man on TV in public.
As a comedian, I said, do it again.
People think it's okay.
Yes.
That's the thing. People think it's okay. And not Chris, by the way.
Yeah.
I'm talking about people, the internet, etc.
Chris is pissed.
But it felt like this was Will Smith for the first time going, okay, is this how you want me to respond or not?
What?
Yeah.
No way.
That's
it
the
was,
coldest
it was
take
a
I've
lot.
ever
No,
heard.
no way.
He made a G.I. Jane joke.
This is like, this is in a way, he's like, remember Eminem used to call him lame?
Yeah. He's acting like Will Smith's this proverbial punching bag of
Yeah.
all time. Like he's talking like he's like fucking Trump or something, where everyone just clowns on him 24/7.
Yeah.
That's not how. I mean, I guess you could say we clown on him 24/7.
Yes.
But he's like, yeah, he's acting. He's like, yeah, the whole world is Jim and them.
Yeah.
I heard what the Jim and them's always saying about you, Will. Those Red Table episodes, they tear you apart. And this is you finally being like, well, Jim and them, is this what you want me to do?
Is this the Will Smith you need?
We're supposed to take Mel Gibson, just a man, on that,
Yeah.
and he's vulnerable on the phone. He's saying, "I hope you get by a pack of
Yeah.
on there," and we're supposed to just be like, "What more can this man take?
Yeah,
just a
what-
boy."
He's just a poor man. What about his upbringing? What about how his father treated him?
Is this who you want me to be? Oh, we get
A lot of things. It was
They want to watch TV.
And if you want to get by a pack up, I'm not going to be there.
Who among us
the
hasn't
little
screamed
boy
that on the
watched
phone?
his
drunk?
father beat up his mother. It's all of that just
Wait, what was that?
bubbled
Did you
up.
try to
And-
bring in that his dad beat his mom?
Yeah, it sounds
Let's
like it. Maybe
trying to
that's
throw my parents under the train.
yeah, yeah. Another little plug in his book.
And I'll be
can't-
playing my dad a little Honey Boy style. It goes something like this. Oh, Will Smith, you.
I wonder if his dad ever hit his mom on live television
Yeah.
during an award ceremony.
I learned it from you,
People,
Dad.
The internet, etc. But it felt like this was Will Smith for the first time going, okay, is this how you want me to respond or not?
Yeah, it was it was a lot of things. It was the little boy that watched his father beat up his mother.
I was like, that was a good way to be.
It's all of that. Just
I'm gonna be
bubbled
like
up
my dad.
You shoulda and slapped Jada.
Can you imagine Chris Rock's on stage making fun of Jada Pinkett Smith? The camera points to Will, and Will just slaps Jada, just smacks her.
He slaps her out of her chair.
Yeah, they do like a wrestling tooth spit out spot.
The guy that punched the little girl on the bus.
Yeah,
They're going to jail now.
That's not who I want to be.
Right.
You've known me for a long time, so you know me personally, so you know. But y'all might not know. It's like that's not who I want to be, man. I'm trying to, I'm trying to put.
I also think that's not who you are. I'll be honest with you.
Right.
I think it's not who you are. I think everybody can make a mistake, and I think.
don't fucking clap for that.
I think.
I mean, let's just think about Kevin Spacey's upbringing.
Yeah.
I mean, how did his parents treat him? How did they make him feel shameful for being gay?
Yeah.
How
When
did Hollywood treat him when he couldn't come out that he was gay? all the time?
Exactly.
When he kissed that little boy on the neck, all he could think about is his dad hitting his mom.
Yeah. All he could think about is how his manager or agent said, "Don't ever if you let anyone find out about this, that you're gay, that your career's over."
I'm just supposed to stand here and not kill that guy before he testifies in court as a man. And you know me personally.
Yeah.
That guy is just supposed to not kill himself right before he testifies in court. I rest my case, and also I'm gay.
It's Jim and them.